condensation is an issue in this tent. I mean, it's not as bad as it looks. It's still wet from when it got rained on last night. But, yeah. The end of my bag is wet, because of course it kind of hits down there, right? About an hour ago, I finally opened up some flaps, which in a busy campground means that I've kind of lost my privacy, right? Anytime someone walks by the path, they can just have a look in on me. I mean, obviously I'm camping by a waterfall. I mean, you can hear Laughing Falls, right? But yeah, I'd say maybe about, I mean, I've only been in this thing 4 or 5 nights now, but probably like 2 or 3. Like the end of my sleeping bag has gotten kind of wet on the outside. That could be a concern if I'm out somewhere like 10 days. Eventually that sleeping bag is just getting more and more wet. Or I gotta open these flaps, and then, you know, in the middle of the night when it rains, I gotta close them, which is a pain in the ass. You can't just sleep, and if it rains, who cares, right? So basically, it's difficult to stay dry in this tent because, I mean, if the flaps are open and it rains, I'll get wet unless I wake up and do something about it. If the flaps are closed, I might get condensation. So, yeah, it's a little disappointing. Water coming out of Laughing Falls looks a whole lot better today. That's to be expected in the morning. I will say this, it is nice to have picnic tables and stuff. It is nice to be spoiled a little bit. Pretty nice camp spots, you know. To me, this is the nicest water source. It's a spring coming out. So everything else is silt, comes out of glaciers or whatever. I think that spring is the nicest stuff. Beautiful morning now, the sun's come out. So, if you remember yesterday, all right, I am ready to go. I'm gonna come and see Laughing Falls again, just to see the contrasts, you know. And why not? It takes 2 minutes. Well, it certainly is a different color, isn't it? Just raging. And the water is just syrup, just like the other water. All right, climbed up from the falls. It's time for another day of day hiking. The primary mission is Whaleback. Secondary mission is Waterfalls Valley. Oh, got a belly full of food. I'm gonna walk up to the connector and do that again, because that way going up to Twin Falls Chalet is boring. And I got a lower trail on the connector I want to check out. But it means that I start my day with a nice climb. Big climb. Ooh boy, that's a big one. Well, you can certainly see that the wind picked up yesterday. Sure doesn't take much. That wasn't even like a bad storm in my mind. There, one big climb out of the way. I have 2, maybe even 3, depending on how much climbing I have to do in the Waterfalls Valley. All right, let's head down to this trail break. Okay, so we washed yesterday. You know that the trail goes in there, and then they made this very nice trail through the rocks, through a rock slide, for like, I don't know, kilometer and a half. It's tough on the knees, it's tough on the feet. It is beautiful. Me and that guy likes to try some old trails, so it's part of the reason why I wanted to come down here. Considering that I am finding deadfall across the Maintain trail right now because of the storm, who knows what's going to happen here. I also did not find the other end of this trail, though I know generally where it joins up, but I didn't actually see that end. So yeah, so let's see what happens here. Well, right off the hop, it is skirting below this guy. So you still kind of get the good views, at least for now. Of course, stuff is growing across it. That's to be expected. Wonder how long it's been since they stopped the maintenance on this guy. Still not bad of shape so far. Look at this, here we're just below the rocks, so. Pushing through things, of course. Here we got ourselves a nice big tree down. I don't know what it is about the trees over here, but they do grow rather large. And I got a bit of a thing to cross. Ooh, got a little sinky here. Why don't I want it here instead? Like that, like that, like that. Hey, bear! Okay. Here's a little piece of nice trail. Well, I've only done like 200 meters. I have a full kilometer left, so decided to put on my pant legs. And that's how I'm gonna deal with this. Otherwise my legs are gonna get a lot more torn up than they already are. I don't need any help. It's kind of nice in here, peaceful. Open forest. Yeah, it's kind of cool to go see an old trail. I always enjoy them. You know, work as they are, because a lot of stuff to push through and figure out. It is kind of neat. So this would have been the way, according to Don Beers, that the Twin Falls Chalet was getting supplied by horses. So considering that this thing's been clearly shut down a while, makes you wonder just how long Twin Falls has been left to abandon. I haven't seen one single horse turd on this trail. I did not see any on the rocks either up there. So in that line of thinking, I wonder how long it takes horse turds to go back to nature. Well, here we have an old bridge, still mostly functional. Big tree down, someone trimmed a bunch of the branches off, so I was able to put my pack over and just duck underneath very carefully. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done there. Okay, here's another big tree down. It's not the trees, it's the branches, right? Look at all this crap. Ugh. All right, over here I can probably climb over. Whew. Okay. All right, put the phone away for this part. All right, little beat up old boardwalk. I'm almost done this thing. Definitely been some nasty parts. It's gonna be, this might be the hardest part of my day. Good chance it will be. Not hard to figure out why I couldn't find this end. Someone even kind of made a pile of rocks. Now there's just the one. And there's the trail going in the forest. All right, the current maintained trail is up here someplace. Just gotta battle my way through a particularly nasty part. Okay. Yeah, this hides this end of the trail pretty well. First will get their wish. If people can't find this end, they're not gonna use it. There, back on trail. It is down through that stuff. Definitely not gonna, definitely wouldn't guess. Okay, cool. Always kind of fun when I can go check out some old trail. All right, now gotta walk around Unported Lake. Start with that. I only saw this yesterday. This is a wonderfully clear spot. Look at that massive boulder. Sheesh. Yeah, you don't get this for very long though. Before you actually get to the lake, you're already climbing away. Waterfalls like that, they just don't get old. They don't. Pretty awesome. Well, I'm not going to do the loop today. If you want to see footage from the loop, that would be yesterday's video, my last video, would have come out on YouTube. I got bigger fish to fry. Well, more fish to fry anyway. Well, I just had another chat with the park staff. He said that last night, Twin Falls was brown, just like Laughing Falls. Craziness. He showed me pictures. Brown Twin Falls. Not just that though, he mentioned that there is a fire by Saskatchewan Crossing that, you know, they have actually closed the highway at that part. And I mean, in a few days I want to go to Brazeau. So that might be ruining those plans. I might have to go and figure something else out. Okay. Anyway, on to the rest of today's plans. Let's go and do Whaleback. So this is my second big climb of the day. I think that's just switchbacks. Basically, you get up there, you get right up above Twin Falls. Brand new bridge. It's nice to see a trail crew out here actually getting stuff done. They got some more, they don't have work to do actually. This is, oh I see, that's some old trail. Now it goes up here. Oh, and there's another little bridge. Man, I feel like I'm in a real national park, actual bridge cruise. Starting to do switchbacks. Got a bunch of them. She's a big climb, all right. Can really see the elevation coming now. There's Unported Lake. You can even see the trail coming out of the avalanche area really well. All right, keep her going. More switchbacks. Oh. I think I'm finally at the top of this bastard. I finally don't see any more rock escarpments above me. I looked at Mass Me Too, and I just walked this way for a little ways. Oh, all right. Phew. So after all that, you actually start to drop a little bit. According to Don Beer's book, there's an old campsite up here called Whaleback, which was, I guess, pretty spectacular. It had a great view of Twin Falls and everything. It's too bad they decided to get rid of it at some point, but yeah, of course I want to see if I can find the remains. Seen a few trees like this. It's really cool. It's like really crazy alligator skin. And like only the bottom of the tree is like that. The rest of it's normal. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Well, I've descended a bunch. At this point now, if I wandered over to the edge, I could probably see Twin Falls. I can hear it. I know that that campsite had a great view of Twin Falls, so it's got to be around here someplace now. This is the only candidate I can figure. It looks like there was water going through. If there was a water source and it dried up, that would be a great reason to get rid of a campsite. You have to have water for a campsite. And here you can see the falls, but if I go all that much further along, probably not. Yeah, so this is about the most closest thing I can figure. A little bit of open space. I haven't seen anything. This is the best candidate so far. Anyway, nothing here. I'll keep looking. 30 seconds down the trail, here's a water source. It ain't much, but it's still a water source. I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes sharp. Back there, I noticed that it goes down a little bit, kind of a terrace. And here, you can see a little, like maybe there were some spots here, right? A couple of flat places that you could put a tent. Keep on going. I don't think I'm gonna find anything more than that, honestly. Wow. There's a lodge, bridge, Unported Lake. Very cool. Be careful here. I guess someone has already died falling off this. It is down, just down. All right, got some trails coming in here. Waterfalls just over here. Damn. Pretty sick. Pretty sick little spot, man. Let's go see the falls. Have to be careful. Oh, damn. Crazy. Look at the big gap you got here. Oh, there's a pool. Wow. Well, that's all I'm pissing around with that. Ooh, what do we got here? Are you the waterfall trail? Maybe. Unmarked. Look at that. It's even marked on Maps.me. Guy Hut by a Whaleback. Of course, I'm not going to Guy Hut. I just want to go up the waterfalls. But yeah, it's always nice that there's a bit of a trail. A lot of things down across said trail so far, but still a trail. Go around, head down here, on we go. So this trail is mentioned in both Don Beer's book and the Canadian Rockies Trail Guide. And the first thing both of them talk about is an old campsite. So that'll be the test for sure. I have little doubt that I'm actually on the trail, but still. Well, that's a nice start. Look at that view. You can see up there, there's where that raging water going into Twin Falls, and I think also Laughing Falls is coming out of. That is cool. Bonus waterfall. 100%. Look at all the snow up here still too. Left over from avalanches, I'm sure. Well, I have not seen a campsite. Parks Canada could have come and removed it. Still is in Canadian Rockies Trail Guide. It mentions the campsite too. But, I mean, I have, hate to say it, but I have seen the Canadian Rockies Trail Guide be a little dated too sometimes. I know it is the Bible, but I have seen it happen. This is silty water. It's not great. Look at this excellent water coming down into it though. That's where I'm going to be refilling my bottle if this trail goes down there at all. I know I said finding the campsite was a test for this trail. Frankly, I can't imagine any other trail being it. As far as I can tell, this is going up the right way, the right valley, so. No, I did not find the campsite, but I'm still convinced I'm on the right track. I've been climbing a lot, but the trail is in excellent shape. Really nice to see. I get to see this thing very often. It is quite nice. Just kind of climbing up along it. High above it in these trees. Well, I've been working pretty hard. 3 days I've been, I'm starting to feel it. I just took a big, nice long break, had a snack, lied in the shade a bit. No way to deal with stuff like that, right? And look what's coming. Definitely get the sense I'm climbing that, so more to come. See here, see if I can reach my arms out long enough and be safe. There we go. Not bad. More little bonus waterfalls. Even if they're small, they get better because I had to work hard to see it. Well, did a big climb back here. Like basically just up. Definitely on the top of something. There's all this cool just flat rock up here. Phew. All right. Got a little light climb now. After that little climb slash scramble up the side of the hill there. And the rock, and now it's just been slowly climbing up this. Never did really peak up here. So, not really beside that creek anymore. It's on the other side here somewhere. Still going, just climbing slowly. Starting to get pretty cool. This is a Rhett Peak. Over on my right, this big long kind of cliff is Yoho. I don't know if it's that or if it's that. Kind of cool. Looks like I'm gonna get more and more view here. About 5 minutes. Definitely feel like I'm at the top of something. Here's this little pile of rocks, I believe. That's probably where people break off and go make an attempt at Yoho. All right, now this thing starts to go down a little bit. Wow. Well, this thing dropped a bunch, which makes me sad. I'm gonna have to climb back up it to get out of here, but wow. Worth it. Look at the green hue on this thing. Well, this is probably where I have to cross. It's probably pretty man-made. And then walk up there. That's what I'm guessing. Guess I can see rock piles someplace. It's a pretty sublime place, man. Well, I want to walk up here a ways. I get the sense that Don Beer's description actually peaked at the top there. Panoramic view and such, well, maybe not so much anymore, but it was nice. But that trail just kept going, and now I'm going to keep going through this and get a better view of all this. Why the hell not? Also, I mean, the trail on the app maps, right, on the generic map actually does show going this way too. So well, wherever I'm going, it seems to be someone else agrees with me. It took a lot of work to get up here, but you know, if you're gonna do all the work to get someplace, you got to summon the strength to walk around and play too. I mean, you know, you don't just turn around and head home. Oh, you can hear the horseflies, they love me. Oh. Climbed up here. There's a cairn at the top of this. I'm gonna go check that out, then that might be the turnaround. Wow. Look at this, you can see the trail coming down. Ugh. So the trail that's on Masmy, it goes right up the middle of all this and down there. I think that's getting to the ACC hut. Like, who the hell would cross all this rock? That just looks like torturous. But on cross-country skis, people will go to those ACC huts, right? So, I can understand that. I've been hanging out here for a while. Above everything, it seems. Maybe there's some mountain climbers above me right now. That's about it. I'm above the world. Well, at least this part of the world anyway. All right. Head down this moraine. It's more stable than it looks. Get back to the grass. Follow the grass down. Then I have to climb back up the trail. Believe me, it's tempting to just start down there. I don't know what that's like, right? I have no clue. So I'll just take the trail. I'll just be happy with what I've done. And then, yeah, once I get to the top, then it's just a nice downhill. Get back to the Whaleback. Goodbye, sublime spot. You can get yourself a random camping permit. You just find something flat up in those trees for some cover. Amazing camping. There I was up on that moraine. It was cool to look back. All right, I think I'm just about done the climb up here. I think once I get back to the Whaleback Trail, I do have one more climb. Nothing like I've already done. But after that is downhill. Phew. Here's the part where whoever made this just stopped worrying about steepness and just made it up a hill. Doesn't last long though. The way back now, I definitely want to take an actual look for that campsite, not just walk on through. And then Don Beers talks about another trail. This is still around 25 years later, who the hell knows, but it'd be interesting if I could at least just see the start of it. All right, back to this guy, which is a pretty cool fall in its own right. That other trail, it has to go up this side. It can't go up here. Otherwise you're dealing with this water. So that means probably the log bridge was down here someplace to get across this. Not that you need it. And then the trail would have been in this. And I don't really see anything, so I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be very hard to find a trail. And it's one thing for a trail to be kept up that goes to an ACC hut, but that trail, and this one here, barely anyone knows about it. Never mind the other trail that goes up this valley. Obviously there's no bridge, but you can just rock off this thing. There's a whole bunch of adventure up in this too, right? Whole different way to climb up into that valley. Probably just go up here, follow this shoreline a little bit. All kinds of fun to be had out here. Okay, I am 150 meters from the main trail. To me, this is a perfect spot for a camp spot because the horses can come in here and graze. So the camp spot has got to be very close to this. It's got to be around, oof, Jesus. Damn gopher hole. It's got to be right close to this. I did not get rewarded for walking around in there. You come across the remains of an old camp. Even the Canadian Rockies Trail guide says, pass an old campsite. All right, I'll walk real slow and I'll keep my eyes peeled. Nothing. I can't even find like chopped down trees. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I mean, I could shortcut over the main trail over here, the Whaleback. And that's how close I am to finish this thing. All right, well, I'm back on the Whaleback. You can hear Twin Falls over there. I'm still looking around, but as far as I can tell, there is no campsite. If I can't find it, and I think I'm pretty good at finding stuff, and there's nothing really to find. Well, this is a seasonal bridge. How cool is that? I've never heard of that before. Every year they take it out. Cool. So you can see its sister falls up there, the ones I was below. It looks like you could probably hike down to the edge of the falls. I think I've seen that falls from enough angles. I think I am just gonna start my climb. Well, climbing some more, but at least there's some nice mountain tops to keep me company. Oh, look back, there's a valley I just finished climbing up. All you have to do is do Whaleback and you see a lot of the same stuff I did, just a little farther away. That's all. Woo! Oh, been a long day. The heck is this about? Dropping off the suspension bridge? This is a ways away. Hey, no mysteries. Or maybe it's just literally just to go alongside the trail like that. They have a lot of them on these trails just to divert water. Because, you know, Yoho is a well taken care of national park, right? Very nice up here. I'm not going to speak too soon, but I feel like the bulk of my climb is done. It's like I got her beat. Oh, the climbing portion, obviously. Ooh, look at that. Look at the smoke you can't even see over there right now. Like crap, that's gone up a lot. Bad news. Oh man. This is where people take off, I think, to go up the Whaleback as well. Well, boy, that skier died a long time ago. That monument still stands. It's a pretty good monument. Time to start switchbacking down. A lot of mystery involved in this trail. It goes down. It's in excellent shape though, and it's never very steep. Well, at least hasn't been yet. But yeah, they do a good job of just switching it down right nicely. Well, that's discouraging. Been waiting for this spell of time off all month, working a lot. I got 11 days off, and then I even got 2 more days off at the beginning of next month. So I got a nice spell of time to backpack. It is day 3 of those days. And look at this shit. Well, that's frustrating. Well, I've said it a few times and I'll say it again. I've just been amazed by the size of the trees. I mean, and then I have to cut through these things. Good Lord. Any trail that's abandoned in British Columbia, I feel like, you know, massive trees will just make them just brutal. If you don't have the chainsaws there, you really got nothing. Look, same damn tree. They had to cut it down here too. It fell across the trail twice. Good times. By the view of this guy from down here. As far as a climb, if you're coming back the other way, this thing would be relentless. It's got to be at least 15, 16, I don't know, 20 switchbacks. Just non-stop climb. 300 meters, just on and on and on. No level off parts. I think I like doing it from the other side better. There. I've completed all 3 of the trails that are above this little Yoho Valley Trail. And I'm back to the campground, figure out what's going on, pack up, start heading out. All right, a little piece taken care of. How many times have I seen that sign on this trip? 4 or 5? Had some supper. Based on the number of tents that are here right now, I think I could definitely stay. Yesterday, it was basically full. I got a helicopter flying over. Well, it's been a full day already, but now it's time to walk out. 4 kilometers isn't much. I think it's maybe 4.5, but there's lots of stuff to stop and kind of see on the way, right? So, still more stuff. Goodbye, Laughing Falls slurry. Still not looking super clean, but you're a whole lot better than yesterday. What the heck is this thing? I thought it was artificial at first, but well, you got drainage off the trail, and then you got this massive tree that went down, and then you got this little pool here. I feel like I've had the drone of a raging river or waterfall in my head for 2 days. It's just a constant companion. Pretty heavy waters, man. Oh yeah, little silt waterfall. With all the silt that comes out of those glaciers, I'm surprised that they haven't carved stuff that's even deeper. I mean, that silt is basically sandpaper. Oh, this river certainly becomes energetic. Damn, pretty lots to see on the way home. Gotta say, after I ate supper, I feel definitely a bunch better. Man, does energy help? Who'd have thought? Some thoughtful trail clearing crew carved a chair out of this. Very nice. All right. Side trip number 1. Okay. I like the old-timey sign. Looks like this thing was a lot bigger once. My goodness. Not bad, you know. Definitely getting a little sloggy and muddy, but not bad. According to the Canadian Rockies Trail guide, this dries up to the size of a pond by the time you get to August. I believe it. Not even the end of July yet. Here we are. Can't imagine fish survive. Look how shallow it is. All right, 1 down. I think the books I've read say 0.2. So 0.4 is accurate if you mean round trip. Otherwise, it's just another national parks exaggeration. I've seen many of those. I seem to be slowly going up. Now, even here we have a little bit of an up switchback, and yet I'm following a river that's going down. I'm going down river. Makes no sense to me. All right, now I'm going down. Next waypoint, I think, is Point Lace Falls. Another little side trip, of course. Okay. This thing is dropping a whole bunch, actually. I'm little surprised. Alrighty. Gotta say that I've seen an awful lot of waterfalls, so I think this is supposed to be warm-up falls for the crazy stuff you see later on. But, hey, you know, let's go check it out. Alrighty. Not the craziest thing ever, but, you know, nice little staircase. It appears that people are climbing up alongside it, but I am not down for more crap like that. Alright, so now the angel staircase. Check out the mystery. Clearly this used to be a road. I mean, duh. Used to be a road. Well, I'm gonna go check out Angel Staircase. Tag this one off, tag them all off, be thorough. More raging river. Could actually go down there. I'm not totally sure why you would, but you can. I think we're supposed to be looking at this. Not bad. I gotta say though that it's good to go see these things at the beginning and not after you've seen all the crazy stuff on trail. Because I am pretty jaded with the capital J at this point. Okay, back on the main trail. I could certainly do for some boring like this. Exactly, this is fine. I'll take this for the rest of it. It's been a hell of a day. Wow. Hell of a 3 days. I've worked hard. I've seen a lot, most of what I wanted. It's been a success. Just got to get back to the car. Not quite done yet. That thing is a raging river now. You would certainly never mess with it as far as crossing. Everything is so raging high. As usual, this is actually threatening this bridge. If you took this bridge out, most of these people would barely know how to get across this. It's not that bad, but man. That certainly does spread out over here. You wouldn't have a whole lot of problems, so that's good to see. Yeah, geez. Nice big bridge. Oh, look at this. Starting to see Takaka now. That is super cool watching it shoot out like that. Really neat. Well, when I came out of here, the plan was to go and do the little front country circuit and have a look at that thing from a little closer, but it's like 8:30, man. It's been a crazy day. I'm gonna have to drive home, a bunch of it in the dark as it is, so yeah, bottom line, I'm gonna save that for some other time. I mean, I've seen a lot of great waterfalls, and I've even seen this one from several really cool angles. But yeah, another time. That was like history. This is the foundation, all the baseboards of a building. Cool. I almost forgot there's a cabin here someplace. Yoho is well taken care of, but this is so damn sun bleached you can't even see the trails anymore. Definitely use an update there. This is quite the walk-in tent site, let me tell you. All right, so it turns out the cabin is actually on kind of the trail that goes towards the waterfall, so maybe I will see it after all. I might as well just grab it while I'm coming by. I'm not sure I'm even going to worry about it for the cabin, the whole cabin thing. You know, like a Warden cabin that's 2 minutes away from a parking lot is not a backcountry cabin in my mind. I mean, I'm not worrying about those. Who cares? Who cares about ones you can see with a car? So, but you know, I'll still sweep on by. I still love Warden cabins. There we go. It's like a cabin to me. Looks more like a backcountry cabin than a few of them I've seen. This thing's in amazing shape. I was surprised since it's extremely easy to maintain, right? Well, I didn't even bother to put a name on the thing. All right, I'm out of here. I saw it. Let's go. There you go. This is about as good as you can get. There's no way across this, so. I was wrong. There's a bridge and everything. You can get a whole lot closer to this thing if you wanted to. They are pretty stunning. But I'm gonna keep going up here and get to the car. My God, there's only so much one man can do. It's 9 o'clock now. Sun's gonna be down in like 40 minutes. Well, the car is about 400 or 500 meters away on, you know, basically Moraine Trail. I'm gonna say goodbye now before my brain scrambles when I get to the car. It always does that. It starts to shut down and I enter just enough brain power to drive. Well, what a 3 days, man. Yoho is a cool national park. I mean, Iceline is pretty cool. It's tough. I mean, I did set out some pretty tough goals for myself. But that's really cool, man. That was quite cool. Recommended. Maybe I kind of left my car in the wrong spot for a 3-day backpack. I mean, I didn't want to park in the Whiskey Jack lot, and this is the trailhead, right? So naturally I parked on the road, and there was lots of cars here at the time. All right, I'm not gonna keep yapping at you. It is funny to think I was all the way down Waterfalls Valley earlier today, and now I'm back here. What a clogged 3-day backpack. All right, get out there and hike.